Jen.
And I'm Farinir, and this is the podcast where we try to answer the question, can two creatives really break free from the 9-to-5 grind and find success in a more fulfilling creative life? Any questions or feedback at all, just email us at creativequestcontact@gmail.com and we'll get back to you. Or similarly, just leave any comments on YouTube. That would be absolutely great, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. So, this week, what have we been up to?
Not a lot, honestly, in terms of like creative progress, because we've just been working on the house every day, all the time, and then just packing to move house. And so there's like, we've done nearly all of our packing and moving now. I'd say like 80% of our stuff is now moved, but there's now little tiny bits to move that it's like, where does this thing go? Like, where do we move that? So yeah, it's good. It's just like, there's not much. Normally we're like, we've done this, we've done that, we've made this, and this time it's like, we just ache. Is the achievement that we've had. Very different kind of progress this time. Is aching, yes. But it's good kind of ache.
It is. It's all worth it.
What are you? Has anything?
Nope. Just housework. We're getting there. So seeing as we haven't done a great deal of creative work this time, we're going to have a quick little run through, a big picture look at what we've been up to. And a big picture look at what we're moving on to moving forwards. Because things have changed dramatically in the last couple of weeks.
Yes. So we have answered the first half of our question, and that is, we have broken free from the 9-to-5 grind.
Yes.
Well, you are very much about to. You have...
Last week.
5 shifts left?
5 shifts left. That's it.
Maybe 4? No, 5.
Yep, done.
5. And that's it. Then you're done. And I have a part-time 9-to-5, but it's a very enjoyable one that I would want to do anyway. So it's sort of like, doesn't count, you know? It's like a more, so yeah, with me working part-time in a job that I love, you having quit your job, we'll both be able to pursue passions that we have and hopefully fulfill the second part, which is finding success in a more fulfilling creative life.
Oh yeah, that's what it's all about.
Hopefully, that's the goal.
That's the next step.
The goal.
We're halfway there.
I only work 2.5 days a week, so I should have plenty of time to do everything else. And you'll be not working until New Year. I've strictly said to Farinir he is not allowed to work until like New Year onwards, unless like an opportunity of a lifetime, in which case like, so I'll go for it. But there is no pressure. If he wants to work, he can. But
get some downtime for once.
After 13 years in retail, if you want to just sleep all day, that's fine. I totally encourage and accept.
I think I will for at least a couple of days.
Yeah, you need it.
Exactly. So I just want to talk a little bit about what it's taken for us to get to this point. So in everything we've done so far, through this show and everything outside of it, time has been the main bottleneck. Our ambitions have vastly outweighed our free time, and we've constantly struggled to really do the things we want. So when I'm really proud of how we managed to do a 29-episode Let's Play series for Super Mario Bros. Wonder, making it work while working full-time was an absolute challenge. It took up all of my free time outside of that, and it was exhausting, honestly. But we did it, and I'm proud of that. So, looking back on that, it's like, time was always the struggle. Like, time and time again, there just hasn't been enough time. So we've known for a long, long time that leaving my job was the only way to really fix that. Or at least cut down the hours there, which I floated the idea of a few times, but that was also not going to be possible due to the way that my job works. So even if I did cut down to, let's say, a 16-hour contract as just a standard colleague instead of a manager even, that could still be split over 4 or 5 days, anytime from 8 a.m. to 8:30 p.m., which, as we've talked about before, is an absolute killer for any time of routine or schedule.
No.
So that wouldn't fix things at all. So leaving was really the only way forward. And that's where we've come to now. I've quit. I've had 6 weeks' notice, and I've got 1 week left to fulfill, and then I'm done.
You're done.
That's it.
You're out of there.
Exactly.
So we've been preparing for this for a long time, and this whole goal was a conversation that we sort of had like when we met, honestly. Like, it was something that we both knew that we wanted, and the fact that we wanted together has just really like sort of helped support each other in that mission. So in order to prepare for this, we need to ensure that we are making enough money still to cover all of our bills, because there's no point in trying to chase these goals and then 2 months later being, we can't afford the Wi-Fi this month, because that's just gonna really stump everything. So we need to make sure we can cover bills, and then also enough for emergencies, you know, things breaking, animals being unwell, an emergency trip to see family, you know, just those kind of like just in case amounts of money. And that is so that we can get the ball rolling on our next creative endeavours over the next few months. So that's like the base foundation. When we've mentioned to some people that you're quitting your job and we're going to be just like going at it, people are like, oh my god, how are you going to afford it? And they panic for a minute. We have already gone through all of that. We have savings, not as many from the house, but we do have savings, and my part-time job earns enough to keep us comfortable anyway, and we have ensured for a long time that the amount we averagely spend per month is like consistent, so we know we're covered, we're good. Even if things really just didn't work, we'd be okay.
Yep, exactly. So we're covered to move forward. And what is that going to look like? So more streaming. So we've been able to monetize our streams for a year now, which is fantastic. But our lack of time and routine has made it impossible to really capitalize on. So as we've said before, I didn't have a single window in my week where I could guarantee that I would be free, which meant it was impossible to have a Twitch schedule of, let's say, Monday, Wednesday, Friday nights between 6 and 10, we'll be there. Yeah. We haven't been able to do that. So Raven's done a great job of keeping up some routine with Masterpiece Mondays, where she's done little art streams or craft streams every Monday night, very reliably. You've done a great job of that.
Yeah.
But I haven't had a single window where I could say, yep, I'll be there as well. And that has really held us back with our streaming. So being able to come up with a plan for that is going to be a big game changer. We're going to do a lot more streams, a lot more regularly, and we're going to love it. So we're really excited for that. Alongside that, obviously we'll have more YouTube videos, we'll have time to record more and more time to edit them, and won't be constantly chasing our tails like we have been for the last few months, trying to make everything balanced. So that is great, looking forward to that. More photography as well. So we've taken some amazing photos over the last 6 months, but most of them have never seen the light of day.
No.
Because I'll get them into Lightroom and I'll start editing and something will come up. And sometimes I don't even get that far. So we have, I think, 3 different shoots of yours that have not been released yet.
Yeah.
And those include some of my favourite photos, so I can't wait to get those out. All of the photos from the Paris trip. Haven't even looked at those yet.
All the Disney ones, yeah.
All the Disney ones. So I have a lot of catching up to do. So in that free time in December, I might well take a pick through those and finally get some of those caught up on. But it means that in the new year, I can really hit the ground running and start looking for more clients and really marketing things and getting the ball rolling. I want to do more weddings, more modelling shoots, all sorts. So it's been to the point now where over the last few months, I've had to pass up opportunities because of work. Again, because I just can't say I'm available when people are free, or I can't even ask for cover or to swap shifts because my job has made it so impossible that we've cut down on resource so much that there's no one left to swap or cover. So that's fantastic. So that's another reason that has kind of pushed me into this corner where I felt like I have no choice but to leave, honestly. So with all that sorted, we're moving forwards. Another thing I'd like to do with photography that I don't think I've really mentioned before is, but I really want to combine it with my passion of music by getting into gig photography as well. So I know I've floated the idea once or twice in the past, but I've never really had the time to think about it more than that. But that's something I'd definitely love to do moving forward. That's another one. And speaking of music, when I first started my job 13 years ago, it was just to fund some more recording gear for my little home studio space, because that is what I've always loved more than anything. Recording, mixing and mastering music. That's my dream, my love, my first passion. But things did not go well over the following years due to reasons I will not discuss here. Disastrously badly, you could say. But a few years back, I got the ball rolling again. And I got back into it, and I studied loads, I invested loads. But with the way things have been over the last few years, I just haven't had time to really, fully get into it. But with some free time coming up, I will get back in again. So I'll be playing guitars again. I'll finally be learning to play the drums after owning a really nice electronic kit for 7 years, but never having the space to put it up or the time to play it. So you can play with that as well.
Yes, I did drum lessons from 2008 to 2013, maybe. Yeah, maybe 14. But I
long
haven't
time.
played since then, so literally like 10 years.
I'm sure it's just like riding a bike. You'll pick it back up in no time.
Absolutely not. I don't know what I'm doing.
So yeah, again, I'll be looking for clients on that side of things, and I thought gig photography might really help with that because it's a good excuse to get out and meet local musicians.
Yeah.
And when you're there, you can strike up a conversation like, yeah, I also do this, and this.
Just do everything.
Exactly, like our combined skill set, we could cover so much.
Yeah.
Which is just nuts. Like between us, we could record, mix and master the music, take photos for social media and physical releases. You could design logos and cover art, like with a whole package. It's crazy. So that's something to look at much further down the line. But it's definitely somewhere we're going to end up heading, I reckon. So yep, cannot wait.
So onto that is we will have a online store. And as you know, I have been making necklaces, doing lots of artwork during the Masterpiece Monday streams, and I'll be able to sell that online in the new year. And we've just made some huge investments to really take that idea to the next level.
I love it. Every year we talk about our Black Friday purchases and they get more and more outlandish. But this year is going to be hard to top.
They do. Okay, so we have bought an A3 Epson EcoTank printer that we'll be able to use to create high quality prints of my artwork and Farinir's photos. The printer cost about £550, but it is much cheaper to run than ordinary printers, and it's high quality, which means we won't have to use external printing services, so over time it'll actually keep costs down. And it is an A3 printer, but you were saying that it can print bigger, like it can do banners.
Yeah.
And it, like runs it through.
Yeah, it can run up to a 2 meter long banner apparently.
So
which
it
is
says
mental.
A3, really it's like it's a 2 meter.
Yeah.
It's a 2 meter printer.
Wow.
So that's going to be amazing because I used to sell prints and artwork. That was like the first job I had was freelance when I left school even. Like I started like literally as I entered college, and I was always having to go to printers to get work done, and it's always just so much more expensive than you think it's going to be, and having to factor that into prices and stuff is always just, so being able to do it ourselves will really cut down on costs,
Definitely.
which I'm very, very excited for. So the other part of this online purchasing for our online little business is we bought an X-Tool S1 laser engraver and cutting machine.
This is mental.
This will allow us to create a huge range of custom items to sell, and the possibilities are limitless. We've been researching it for months, and every time we look into it, we think of something else that we could do and make with it that we haven't ever thought of before. It cost a whopping £2,500, but outside of Black Friday, that would have been £4,300. So really, it's a bargain, and we saved ourselves loads of money.
Deal of a lifetime. Woo.
It also included all the bonus attachments we'll need to cover a huge range of items, as well as an extra laser head designed for engraving metal. I haven't used a laser before, you haven't used a laser before, but like so many products that I have and that I buy from like Etsy each year to gift, it's all done with lasers.
Yeah.
All of it. So yeah, that's gonna be one of our new big endeavors.
I can't wait. I really can't wait.
We've bought a laser.
We bought a laser.
We've bought a laser.
How much should we spend on a laser? £2,500. Are we crazy? Maybe. But we're going to love it.
We still need to get a cricket machine as well.
Yeah.
Look into that. That's going to be...
At least
maybe
that's not
next time.
as expensive.
But
that's
no,
a lot less.
No. It's very reasonable, the cricket machine. But yeah, £2,500 on a laser.
And we have never used one before. We don't know what we're doing, but we're going to go all in and we're going to love it.
Because since we've been... your favourite cups laser engraved, even.
That's the thing. Since we've researched it, we've looked at like everything around us. We're like, oh, that was done with a laser.
Everything's
that was done with a laser.
laser.
Like we could make so many things.
My belt pattern. We looked yesterday. Laser.
Yeah.
Like everything. Your phone case.
Yeah.
It's all done with a
You
laser.
don't realise it until you start
don't
looking into it, and then it's like,
realise
wow.
how much.
Yeah, so custom phone
Can
cases,
we engrave
belts.
the sides of our little microphone?
I mean, we could. Am I going to risk it? No.
But hypothetically, we could.
Yeah, we could.
It is
we
metal.
can engrave anything.
We can engrave anything.
Yeah, and it can do curved surfaces as well. So we can do like glasses and travel mugs.
It's funny you mentioned the glasses, because I was thinking, like, it's such a big investment, and I have thought about this for a long time with, like, selling like keychains and charms and stuff, and I was always looking at manufacturers who can do it for me. So even though I didn't think of owning a laser, I thought of the products that you can get from having a laser, and it's such like a amazing purchase, and hopefully like a new huge big endeavor. And I was like, oh, I really want to tell people about this, but it's really hard without the background that we've just discussed to say that we have spent £2,500 on a laser so that we can make pretty cups. It's really hard to make that sound like a good idea.
It just sounds mad, doesn't it? It really does.
Maybe it is mad. Maybe we've just lost the plot. Maybe this is it. We've both quit our jobs and we've bought a laser. Maybe this is
we're
the
having
start.
an early midlife crisis. That's what it is, isn't
Well,
it?
you're
Oh
hearing
no.
yours anyway.
Hey, behave. Yeah.
So yeah, I've not really told anyone yet. We told your brother. Because he gets it.
Yeah.
He's got a 3D printer. He's into, like, you know, the gadgets.
Yeah,
He's like,
exactly.
cool.
He's
Let me
totally
know
on
when
board.
it's there. I'll come have a play of it as well. But I think anyone else, we're just going to have to be like, yeah, so about... Like, when we have people come over and see our new house, they're going to be like, what is this?
What is that?
Oh, yeah, it's just our laser.
We're going to have like a little stash of easy items nearby it at all times, just for
So we
quick
can
demonstrations. They'll be like, what is this? And we're like, don't worry, look, this is what it does. Pop it in, press 2 buttons. There you go. Here's a coaster with your face on it, you know?
Oh, God.
It's going to be great.
You can engrave macaroons as well.
Yeah,
I
you
thought
can
that
do
was a thing you
food.
could do.
Pumpkins.
Yeah,
We
engrave
saw someone
pumpkins.
engraving pumpkins.
We are going to have the coolest pumpkins.
Oh, yeah. Halloween next year is going to be sick.
That's going to be a whole video in itself. What can we laser into
Yeah.
a pumpkin? What other, like, butternut squash? What?
Everyone's going to be coming to our house just to see the
Watermelon.
legendary
I bet
pumpkins.
watermelon would be too wet for it. I bet it'd be, like, splurgy.
Oh, yeah, you don't get juice in the laser, do you?
I wonder if it gets, like, a cooked pumpkin smell when you engrave
Probably.
it.
It would be hot.
I love the smell of pumpkin.
Ooh, interesting.
Come back next October for
Yeah.
how to engrave a pumpkin with a laser.
Oh, dear. So something else we're going to be looking forward to doing is changing how we do podcasts. So we have big plans for the podcast. Thing is, it's all been about this one goal, hasn't it? Breaking free from the 9-to-5 grind and finding success. So the finding success bit is obviously the next step. But we've kind of broken free from the 9-to-5 grind now. Like, you know, whether it will work out or not is another story that we'll find out over the next 6 months.
The
But
story may be how to return to the 9-to-5 grind.
yeah. But I mean, with the first half of that part out of the way, we're going to have to look at how we do things, I think. So once we have free time after next Saturday and my last day, woohoo, we'll be looking into it. And once the studio is done in the new house, that's going to make a big difference.
This might be our last episode in this room.
It could be.
I hope it is.
I hope it is.
I sincerely hope it is.
I reckon we'll have one more in this room. I've got a feeling.
I don't want one more.
Just one more. We could do a last celebration for it. But this setup we have is purely, that's if you're watching on YouTube, by the way. Obviously, on Spotify, you won't know a difference. But if you're watching on YouTube, you'll see that we look like we're in 2 different rooms, far away from each other. But we are this close. This close. We are touching each other's faces right now, just in case you're listening.
They're so different.
They are so different. It looks like we're in different places on a video call or something, but we're not. But that's purely because we've been stuck in this one big room full of all of our stuff for like the last 15 months now. It's been a long time.
Everything.
Yeah, everything. This is our office, our bedroom, all sorts.
Wardrobe.
Yeah.
Like, just everything.
And that's
Coats
purely
in here,
because
cosplays in
of our
here.
housing situation. And what that means is we can't have nice big wide open shots of us both sitting at a little table with our little laptops and stuff looking cute. We can't do that. But we will be able to soon.
Yes.
So in the new room, it's going to look great. We're going to have nice wide angle shots, nice backgrounds. It's going to look lovely. So how you view things
I'll have to
is
make a
going to
new
be different.
frame.
Yeah, we'll need a new frame, new assets.
Maybe we won't even really need a frame.
Might even not need a frame at all. Maybe a little
I've got to
border.
have something to do.
We're making you redundant by moving.
But hopefully, like, once we've moved, it'll be far more of a conversational
Yeah.
setup. because this does look like we are on a Zoom call.
It does,
and we
doesn't it?
are about to tell you about the stats for this quarter.
Yep.
And that's it's not the vibe we want. We want nice, cozy, creative vibes. And this plain white background,
it's not it.
It's not very creative.
It's not it. And we can use my proper camera to record it with proper microphone. Wow, these are proper microphones.
These are proper microphones.
They're green.
Have you not seen them? They are green. That's the reason to come over to YouTube, is to see our lovely green microphones.
Yeah. Look at this. Oh, yeah. Beautiful.
They're the colour of our new kitchen.
I'm sorry for any horrible noise caused by moving that, then. I do apologise. But they are the colour of our new kitchen. Sorry, really. I'm very sorry. So, yeah, how the podcast looks will be very different, but it will also be quite different in purpose. So we're obviously going to have a think about what that means. But one thing I think we've both agreed that we want to do is have guests on for interviews.
Yes, definitely.
So it will be people that are similar to us, that have also had crazy creative ambitions, that are on their own creative quests. And we want to get them on, have a talk about how they got there, where they started, how it's going now, where they want to be in a few years' time, that sort of stuff. And we'll get people from all sorts of different creative backgrounds and a range of things. People that have done shops, streaming, all sorts. And really get an idea for how other people have done it, because that's going to really help us broaden our horizons as well as you guys. So that's something we definitely want to get doing in the future.
So going back to episode 1 of one of the reasons we made the podcast is that we both listen to podcasts all the time, and a lot of the small business and creative podcasts, they're like, once you have achieved success and it's like, we're great, we're doing this and we're like reinventing this, and you know, and it's great, but there's not like there's not a look at how crap things have to be for a bit. There's not the story, the journey. It's very much like, I am a successful small business owner, here is what I know. And though that is helpful, I think it's also helpful to see that there is more to that story. There is the struggle to get to that point. That isn't just slogans and quotes. It's real and has impacts, which is like one of the reason we thought, well, there's a gap for that, and even just for ourselves, it's nice to document that journey so that we can look back and see how far we've come as well. So yeah, the more people we can get on, and the wider variety of creatives as well, and see how they have either reached their goals or how they are still trying to reach their goals, and the sort of struggles and hurdles they have as well.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm really excited to do that.
Yeah.
So that's something we'll definitely be moving into in the new year. So exciting times.
Maybe we can leave this format for when we do have to Zoom call people.
Yeah.
Me and you can be on one screen, and we'll have the other person on the other one.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Bring back the old look.
We can come back to this, yeah.
Oh, fantastic. So that's what we're looking to do moving forward. So while I will be free of my job, I'm going to have more work to do than ever, basically. So I've told a few people that I'm leaving, and they look at me like, are you mad? You just can play video games all day? I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm going to work more than ever.
You're going to edit content on video games.
Yeah. I'm going to stream some games and then make videos from it. That's very different. There's still work. But no, so I'm going to be busy. So my day-to-day will include playing with lasers, making cute things, packing and shipping packages, marketing, editing, networking, and enjoying myself. I will have free time to enjoy myself again. So with 40 hours a week freed up from not being at work, I can then use that time to do the work I enjoy and then have spare time.
It's more than 40 hours, because it's the getting to and from work.
That's
and then
the thing.
The rest time you need from the work, because you're exhausted from being stood up all day on top of that. So it's more like 60 hours a week.
Feels like it, doesn't it? Yeah.
Like, there's so much time that it leaks into, isn't
time
there?
to get ready beforehand, time to decompress afterwards, you know. So it's going to free up a lot of time. But what that really means is I can do my work from, like, in the daytimes, have evenings free for streaming, and enjoying myself. Actually doing things. I can play guitar again. I haven't been able to play guitar for months.
No.
It's been so long. I pick it up for like a little 2-minute fiddle here and there. I can't even remember the last time I had a proper practice. It's been so long. So, and a game that I actually want to play for myself, I haven't played one since Midnight Suns, I reckon. I think that was the last one, wasn't it?
Yeah. And that was in the old office.
Yeah, that was probably like almost 2 years ago now.
Yeah, it would have been.
Crazy.
It was winter last year.
Absolutely crazy. So having that free time is going to change so much. I will be so much more energized and enthusiastic, and I can't wait.
And
I
we can
can't wait.
play Dawn Trail
We can finally play Dawn Trail.
over Christmas.
Oh my god. Yeah, I can't wait.
I'm so excited.
That came out in June. We haven't even had a chance to touch it yet.
Nope.
Like, the only game we've played for fun in the last 6 months has been Helldivers, really. Just because you can have a quick 20, 40-minute mission and then stop again.
Yeah.
Because that's all we've had time for.
Honestly, like, we pick Helldivers up for half an hour, and then it's like, right, that's it, end of day.
Bedtime.
Done.
Yep.
And even then, we should be going to bed instead of playing Helldivers. But because we haven't done anything fun all day, it's like, I need to do something which is enjoyable for my brain, please.
Yeah, for my sanity.
I need to do just like 30
Literally.
minutes of games, like just anything.
Yep.
Watch an episode or something, just one thing.
Definitely.
So yes, it will be a big difference.
It has been so hard to keep that balance, hasn't it? Like, we've got our jobs to work on, we've got the house to work on, we've got our content stuff to work on. It has been hard. Like, we've just about managed to scrape through. We're almost there now, but it has been hard. So I think we're both due a well-earned rest in the weeks ahead as we finally move in. That's it. All of our stuff is there now. Most of our stuff. We've got a bedroom. Our bedroom's
Yeah.
finished.
So we
Like,
can
we've
stay
slept there a
over.
few times. That's been lovely.
Kitchen's very almost done.
Yeah, we need a tap, don't we?
Yeah, tap needs to go on
Yeah.
and the tiles need to go on, but everything else
Yep.
is there. Oh, and the induction actually like wired up to the wall.
Yeah.
It's there, but it's not wired to the wall.
Exactly.
we're done.
I'll add photos. So that's all good. And you can also catch up on that with our housing video series. We have 2 episodes up and the third one almost ready. So that'll be up in the next week, I reckon. We'll take another look at that tomorrow and get that caught up. We've made good progress on our Paris videos. I edited that yesterday. So Disneyland one is like done. It's looking good.
I can't wait to see that one.
It's so good. There's so many happy memories in there. So the only thing that's holding me back now is I've still got some of your clips to add in, some of the ones you took.
Have I uploaded them even?
Yeah, I've got
Okay.
them all on
I
here.
can't even remember. I'm like, oh,
That's the
no.
thing. It's been so broken up that I'd uploaded the clips to here, but then
Yeah.
I'd kind of forgotten. So I've filled it with my clips, and I thought, oh, hang on, I'm missing some footage here. And then I found yours. So I'm adding some of those in where they make sense. Otherwise, we're all good. So we've got the shorts on the way. It's all coming together. And it'll be so much easier from Saturday because
Yeah.
I'll be free every day. Oh, I can't wait. It's been so stressful. It has been so stressful. Especially with work. I've really left them with a disastrous situation. But they'll survive. They'll survive. I do feel guilty and terrible for it. But for my own sanity,
That's how I was.
physical
with my,
and mental health.
Yeah, that's how I was with
It
my
had to be
work
done.
though. Like they needed me there, but I also couldn't justify being there because of how my need was treated.
Yeah.
It wasn't treated like the value wasn't appreciated, you know, and it was just overused. And eventually, you just gotta just draw the line.
Yeah.
But you know what? You've exhausted every other channel to reach like a 50-50 understanding.
Exactly.
And you just gotta go. Actually, you know what? Nope.
Yep.
I'm out of here.
I'm outta here.
I'm out of here.
That's when it's at a point where you know it will never get better. I think that's a good place to draw
Yeah.
the line. Like, it was only going to keep getting worse.
Exactly.
So that's it. So next up, we have Comic-Con. Comic-Con Birmingham. Really looking forward to that. We're going to have a great time, really make the most out of our creator passes with 3 days of photos, videos and interviews as well. Really looking forward to that. Every other time we've gone, we've just had the 2 days. And last time, I think we probably mentioned on the podcast, it was a struggle to get anything done. Because they're so big.
They're
There's
so
so much
big.
to look at. So you want to have a good time for yourself and see everything.
At least Birmingham is smaller than London.
Yeah.
Like, at least there is that. Birmingham is in one big room. London is in, like, multiple massive
it.
warehouse rooms.
It's still big though.
Takes a day to walk around London one.
So it's going to be full on. But we're going to get loads done. And then we're going to come home and actually have time to edit things straight away.
Yeah.
That's unheard of.
Yeah,
Wow.
that'd be nice.
Yeah. But for now,
And
oh yeah.
it's my birthday
It is! A week today!
week today.
Ah, that's exciting.
I'm excited.
What day is this?
Monday.
Monday. Yeah, of course. You know, I've lost track of what bloody day it is.
I've
That says a
lost
lot, doesn't
track.
it? Ah, that's exciting. So yeah, I think we're all good.
Yeah.
Happy days. I have to go to work now, so we better wrap up fast.
In 6 minutes.
I've got to leave in 6 minutes. Let's get out of here.
But only got to do that 5 more times.
Exactly. This time next time, I won't be worried about work at all.
Exactly.
So happy days. So as always, if you have any questions for us or feedback on the show whatsoever, email us at creativequestcontact@gmail.com or leave a comment on YouTube and we'll get back to you. You all good?
Yeah, I'm all good.
I'm all good. Lovely. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.